jail and then report to uh, the court every week for November, I think, up to now, 3 months. He has been doing just that. Every week, he goes to court and sign. He has not violated his bill. Um, Today, the judge made a decision to say he's suspending my son's bill and put him to jail because the case was called and my lawyer was not present, according to him, and therefore my son should go to jail. Normally, the prosecution will challenge your bill. When you file the bill, the prosecution has a right to say, we don't accept this bill, we don't accept it. That did not happen. So I'm a bit confused because something, when you're on bail, the judge signs that you are released and he lays condition. Unless you breach those conditions, you are fine. And he did not. Every week he went to court. And unfortunately, he was arrested today. But we recognize the right of the judge to free him, allow him to go home. And we also recognize the authority of the judge to say that privilege has been withdrawn. We don't think that it was done the right way, and so our lawyers are going to file a motion tomorrow to ask the judge to rescind his decision. Hopefully he will do that, but if he doesn't do that, we'll take advantage of the remedy under the law. But I wanted to make something clear. I hear people saying that the crime is unbailable, it's unbailable. People using it as a loose English. But under the law, when the crime is unbailable, it means that the defendant does not have a right to bail it. It is so therefore it becomes the discretion of the judge to decide whether you should have bail or not. When the crime is unbailable under our laws, it doesn't mean you cannot get bail. That's not the meaning of it. The meaning of that is there are some crimes the law say you have the right to bail, which means the judge must grant you bail. There are other crimes that the law say if you commit or you are charged for those crimes, then you don't have that right. Only the judge can decide. And the conditions under the law are you should not be a flight risk, which means you should not be someone who want to release then you run away. Various reasons stated clearly under the law. So the fact that the crime that they're charging for is unbailable does not mean that he cannot be bailed. So I just wanted to make that clear.
So, according to you, the judge said the case was caught and your lawyer was nowhere to be found. Was he served prior notice, or were you served notice of the date set aside for this case that your lawyer could not turn out?
I know that we were informed by the court. I don't know. My son informed me on Sunday that he was supposed to be in court
Today.
And I sent for him and took him to court. So he was never a rescue officer. He went regularly, and then the judge decided to put him to jail. It was very unfortunate.
So you said your son have a bad by everything the court said that he should be, what the bill said.
Everything.
So then, why the court will be rearresting him
I think I just feel like the judge has allowed himself to be swayed by the negative propaganda being, spewed around the country.
Do you see this because it's honorability?
Yeah, You know, it comes with it. You know, you get into public, your family is in the public, your whole life is in the public. So I am not surprised by that.
So what does this bring to the family in terms of
Oh, my
integrity?
family is sad. You know, everybody is sad. I understand. I feel bad for my son. You know, he was, on his way to recovery. We put him through psychologically he was trying to recover from 7 months in jail. You know, trying to normalize his life, and then you know, just with a stroke of the pen, the judge has disrupted that process. But it is what it is.
So the issue of illegal possession of arms and the drugs issue for which your son is bearing the penalty of the law today, this is an issue that is now killing the fabric
He
of.
has not been found guilty of any of
So
this.
he's been alleged.
He's been alleged.
It's being alleged. So with this centering around a character like Honorability, who is a public figure, a lawmaker, who people thinks that they should be a role model. How do you think Liberians will feel when this news is centering around a character like you?
We're all human. It just tells you that all our children, our families, we're all vulnerable to human errors. We're all vulnerable to mistakes. There are hundreds of families, thousands of families that are gravely affected. Many big people in this town that you see, they have the thing in their family. You know, I'm not ashamed to talk about it. Other people are ashamed to talk about it, are embarrassed. Some people have been haunted by it. Some families have been broken down by it. But we're looking at the children that I, you know, taking these drugs. But where are the people who are bringing it into our country?
Okay.
These drugs are not produced in Liberia.
So you are a lawmaker. That's the good thing. So you are the
The
lawmaker.
law is there. There's sufficient law
Okay.
to prevent it, but the executor of the law, the people that are holding our borders,
But are you thinking of making laws that will harm the trafficker?
there is sufficient law. It's not. I mean, I can guarantee you that the lawmakers have passed strong laws to prevent drugs from coming into Congo. It's now bordering on the integrity of the law enforcement agencies
Okay.
as far as the drugs is concerned.
Where it's been perceived that some big hands in government are always behind these things. So for that, they always play that laissez-faire in terms of implementation of the laws.
That's what. Unfortunately, at this point, it's difficult to say that's not true because when the drugs destroying our families, the government has still not been able to pinpoint to us where is the source of this drug, where what is being done. The agency responsible for the enforcement of drug have been totally underfunded. I mean, literally throwing away. Nothing is happening there. The only money allotted to the DEA is the money to pay the people that are working there. Nothing about countering drugs. Nothing about protecting our young people from drugs. Nothing about clearing the street of thugs that are being used they are victims. I've always said that.
So you have control over the budget as a legislator. So you could recommend these things in the national budget.
Last year we did a very good job at improving monies and other things to the law enforcement as chairman of national security. This year, what happened to the budget. It's a chaos, and I guess the executive is enjoying that. But for me, today I want to focus on my son. I want to focus on what happened, and I want to focus on my commitment to stand by my son and do everything I can at the same time make any contribution that I can make to alleviate the drug crisis.
So do you see your son pleading not guilty?
Yes, he's told me that he's not guilty. He told me he did not possess arm. And he told me that he did not trade in it. He did not is not a drug dealer. The, the, the burden of that proof is on the state. So far, we have not been presented with any such
So,
evidence.
so if it is on the contrary.
Well, the law is the law. I mean, if he's found guilty, the law will take its course. I have no intention whatsoever to go. What can I do, by the way? What can I do? If my son is found guilty, there's nothing I can do. But I'll make sure he gets justice. I'll make sure that, you know, the law is followed and the justice is properly and fairly dispensed.
So with the action from the judge today, do you see impartiality in the case?
I don't. I think that it is his discretion. He is usually. I just think that today, he wrongly. I don't know why he acted the way he acted today. You know, I don't know why he acted the way he acted today.
So you as a state person, normally people, the common people perceive that you big hands have the law. So you've been treated like this. Or what can you envision for
I
the
can
local people?
imagine what the ordinary people going through at my level if I'm being treated like that. But it is what it is. That's why we're fighting for change. That's why we have to change this country. Yeah.
Is there any message you want to give before we leave you?
Today, I just want to let the families whose children are suffering from, have been whose life has been shut up by drugs, that the Liberian government, all of us need to look at where the drug is coming from. If you focus on the outcome of the crime and don't focus on the root cause of the crime, this is what happened. How are the kids having access to drugs through our airport, through our seaport? What are we doing about that? Unless we stop that, which we are capable of doing, our children's life are going to be destroyed. But we'll be fine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. What number?